Good evening. I'm Chris Eckhardt, joined by Peter Meng, and we are adFREEQ. I'm extremely excited to be here today because we're going to do the unthinkable. We're going to challenge a technology giant, Craigslist. And we are confident we can do this because we have the backing of the Missouri School of Journalism, the #1 journalism school in the nation. First, I want to start by next slide, a quick case study. Gannett, who owns USA Today, as well as 81 other newspapers, they, in the late 1990s, they generated 55% of their revenue from classified advertising. Today, it's less than 5%. Now, as an industry whole, on this chart you can see revenues from classified ads have dropped from $20 billion down to roughly $8 billion in the past decade, while Craigslist has grown exponentially. And roughly $6 billion of that $12 billion is still left on the table, according to industry analysts. And this is specifically the market we're going after, and specifically the market that newspapers are trying to regain revenue from. The problem is Craigslist. While it's a very useful tool, there's also some very big challenges with it. It has 65 million users, unique users per month, but, go to the next slide, the challenges are it uses a very dated user interface, a 1990s style technology that has not evolved at all over the past 10 years. It has geographic limitations, meaning sellers and buyers are restricted to geographic areas that they can sell products in. Linear search, it's very, very primitive. And last but not least is creepers and spammers. It's full of it, like this classy young gentleman here that sells designer purses to college co-eds like your daughter. So the solution, we've basically taken each one of these challenges and we've addressed them. So it's simple, it's elegant, it has geo-based search. Another very important one is it's real-time, which means that we're not only taking ads from the adFREEQ network, we're utilizing Twitter as well as Facebook. It has intelligent-based, contextual-based search, and it validates every single seller in the system to eliminate the spam and the creepers that Facebook is challenged with. So as an example of how we would use this, the Columbia Missourian is a very good example. It's very typical of newspapers across the country. This is a third-party application that they've installed into their website, and the challenge with this is just it doesn't compete with Craigslist and other tools out there. It utilizes the old sales model where a salesperson has to actively sell ads. We're doing the opposite. We're aggregating and bringing ads into the system. Peter's going to explain more.
Okay, so what happens is we actually take out that frame and we drop in a bit of code, and what we create are columns of content, and these are actually feeds that are coming in from the adFREEQ network and from Twitter and from Facebook. These columns actually move, and so what you can do is at the top of a column you can type in something that you're looking for. You can create up to 12 simultaneous searches within the adFREEQ system. If you want to specify those searches a little with more detail, you can add additional search criteria, and then when you submit that criteria, what happens is the system will ask you if you want to be notified when it finds that particular item via text or via email. So if you're looking for, if you collect Corvettes, you can have that notify you when you get those. We also provide display type ads that can provide additional rich media kind of ads within this environment. And then the newspaper can wrap their display ads around our particular system. So basically what we're doing is changing the rules of classified advertising by providing both a free and pay-based revenue model using hundreds of trusted media partners throughout the United States. The system is patent pending, and we emphasize the capabilities with real-time text-based notifications and our social ad search engine. Oops. We do this through the latest internet technologies and AI-type tools, and then we also use our own proprietary tools along with open source capabilities to develop the code. All of it sits on a cloud so that we can support millions of users, and it's built by a couple of PhDs.
So how do we make money? It's a very unique model, actually. It's a 70-30 revenue split. Media partners keep 70%, we keep 30%. The revenue is generated in 3 ways: through insertion fees on classified ads, through display ads, and then the longer term add-on features such as credit card processing for sellers. Now what's going to make this possible is the incredible team that we have in place. Our CEO, Peter Meng, is an experienced entrepreneur. He worked at Apple as well for 8 years and has a lot of relevant experience. Myself, I'm going to be leading operations. I'm an MBA student here at the university. I come from a computer engineering background and have entrepreneurial experience as well. Our development team is world class. We have 2 PhDs that are experts in contextual-based search, scalable architecture, and artificial intelligence. And last but not least, probably our biggest asset is Reynolds Journalism Institute, which is our marketing partner. They will be the gateway to us getting into hundreds and hundreds of newspapers very, very quickly as soon as this is launched. As far as our timeline, we've hit a number of milestones already to date. We launched in July, and we finished our prototype in September, as well as formalized our partnership with RJI. We started to explore the Chinese market in October. We will finish development later this year and beta launch, and then at the beginning of 2012, we will publicly launch. So as far as the use of funds, this $5,000 will be very, very helpful to us. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Vegas. We're going to double it. I'm kidding. More specifically, we're going to build a integration system into the newspapers that we'll be beta testing with, 6 clients. And it's very critical we do this right the first time. If we build this right, we'll be able to scale very, very quickly. So this $5,000 is will be very, very useful to us. Once we prove the concept, we will raise a Series A funding round in spring, and then estimate 25 times return on investment upon our exit in 5 years. With that, we'll open it up to any questions that the audience has.